Hey everybody, so I'm sorry that I couldn't live stream. I'm not technical, but enough about that. So what I promised that I would talk to you about is mixed mood or mixed state. And I never even, I used to say mixed state. I didn't even know it was an actual thing. Like it's actually what they call it. So I used to be manic, like super high all the time. I could get a million things done, but then I'd crash. And like, for example, I missed out on half a year of college because I caught bronchitis, sinusitis, the flu. I was always sick because I was going 110 miles an hour and you're only supposed to go 40, say. And so being manic, you're super creative, but it's just not a realistic place to be in. So fast forward, and I had many breakdowns like that, but fast forward, I now am medicated, and about a year ago when I started being medicated and the mania was gone, I was like, oh my God, this is so boring. So it's kind of funny. I had to get used to being slower. And I don't even notice it now, but at the time it was kind of tough because I've never done drugs, and I feel for any of you who have an addiction because I know that self-medication, like my doctor said that 60% of all bipolar patients of his are addicted, and that really sucks. But I never did drugs. Thank God I had a dad who said, don't you ever. And it scared me enough that I never touched them. And I didn't have my first drink of alcohol till I was like 36. So, but I would have to say that being manic, probably the level I was manic was like being on cocaine. Like it felt so incredible. And I had so many ideas, and if you've ever been around anyone within a manic episode, it's fast talking, it's all kinds of ideas, it's staying up all night and not sleeping. I used to think, I can get all these things done, I'm just gonna do everything. And now that I'm medicated, I've really went through a tough time of having a mixed state. And a mixed state is a combination of angry, agitated, irritated, super angry and no patience, and just feel like everyone around you is absolutely getting on your nerves. And so I have some tips for you that I promised in the last video. So I've been telling you that I'm taking Seroquel, and I'm not saying that's the drug for you. You and your doctor have to talk about what's best for you. But since I've been on Seroquel, it makes me really sleepy. I'm not that productive in the mornings. But from about noon until 10 at night, which is brand new for me, I feel happy, I feel blessed, I feel content. But in all honesty, I mean, I'm still bipolar. I still get impatient when I tell people things and they don't get it. And I'm just like, God, like, don't you understand what I'm saying? And that's hard. But what I'm starting to get is an awareness. And this is really up to you. If you have the mental illness, it's up to you to know your threshold. If something's bugging you, don't wait until you're so mad you're up here and you explode on everyone in your house. And then the next day you get up, you feel bad, you feel crappy, you feel shame, you feel like you're a terrible person because you had no control. But if you can just, like, now when I'm argumentative with someone, that's usually my cue that I'm in a mixed state or could go into one, to just go, whoa, like I don't like the sound of my own voice, and I don't like the things coming out of my mouth. And I'm speaking to you as the family too. My family are so good to me, and because I'm willing, when they say stuff like, they do like cues, they do like, go put on your pajamas, take your medicine, sit on the couch, and just chill. And don't worry about anything else. The rest of the night, just be. And I kind of, like a puppy dog, kind of lean into that now, because I have the awareness now that they love me and they want to take care of me and they don't want to have a blowout with me. So my responsibility is to be aware of when I'm gritting my teeth and when I'm at the edge. I have some things that work for me, and you have to figure out what those things are for you. And the best thing that my psych nurse said to me, I go to my psych nurse at my hospital once a month, and she said, you can be right, but at what cost? And so just say okay. You may not like what your family is saying to you, but just say okay, because the cost is, when you're bipolar, you have a terrible temper. You yell and scream. You're not in control of yourself. And so you say things that you shouldn't, and you're hurtful and mean, and that's not who you are. So just say okay. And to the family, understand a person in a mixed state. Understand, my mom knows the difference between me, Stephanie, and the illness talking. And so I hope that helps anyone. You could have schizophrenia, you could have anxiety, but just say okay. And my friend said to me once, you can be dead right, but have no friends. So you can read up about mixed state and bipolar. If you're a family member, I am going to straight up tell you, your family member who has bipolar, they are not doing it on purpose. When I was a healthcare aide, I took care of a woman who had Alzheimer's. And she was so sweet, but when she was having symptoms of Alzheimer's, she would forget who I am and she would throw things at me. And I had to run out of the house because she thought I was a stranger in her house and she forgot who I was. My doctor, my psychiatrist, says the best way: bipolar hijacks your personality and your brain. And we don't mean to be mean. So I hope this has been helpful. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so that you know when the next video is coming up. I'll work on learning how to live stream so that we can interact. And I hope that you have a good night. And I'm glad to hear that this is helping you. And if you don't subscribe, but you watch because you're too afraid of anyone knowing yet of what you're feeling or what you're going through, just keep watching. And I got your back. So until tomorrow, have a good evening. And remember, just say okay, because it's not worth it. Bye.